We are a go. I'm also going to share my screen for anyone who can't see. And I need to remind myself how to share the screen. There it is. Here we go.
Link for the mirror board.
So yeah, Dan, can you post the mirror board again once in the chat, please? So, for anyone who hasn't been to this session before the arcade, welcome, first of all. The Agile Arcade is a session where imagine you were walking into a real live arcade and there were lots of machines around and you could spend your tokens on the games you most wanted to play. That was essentially how this idea was born. I wanted to create a situation where virtually lots of Agile games could be on offer and you guys could select the games you most wanted to play rather than it just being, I'm going to play this game today or that game today. So in every session, we always have around about 6 games that are on offer. And I will invite you guys to spend your virtual coin to drag these little Mario coin icons onto the games you most want to play. And the most voted game will be the one that we play. Sometimes we have the time for a couple of games. Now, I will explain the games in a moment. But as I said, myself and Dan, we will essentially be your virtual games masters. So once a game is selected, we'll turn into virtual games consoles and we'll explain the rules and how it works and so on and so forth. And these games, they are all very interactive. The idea is that you're engaging with us throughout this. It's not just you being talked at or anything like that. Any questions at all on that before I introduce today's games? Cool. Okay. Today's games, we have Enigmatic Estimation. This is a game all around estimation, so story points in particular. It's a game that has been played recently in the arcades, just for awareness, I think maybe about a month or 2 ago. We've got Try or Die Experimentation. This is a game around complexity and it introduces Kinefin as a tool for exploring complex work, simple work, and otherwise. And it's a newer game. Dan created it recently, or Dan created it and I helped him along. And we did play it on the last edition, so about a month ago now. My Morning Routine is a game all around MVP, that delightfully misunderstood concept of minimum viable product, where, in my experience, lots of people seem to think it means this perfect solution. And My Morning Routine is a great way to contextualize what an actual MVP really is through exploring what someone's morning routine looks like. And then there's a twist in the mix that adds a bit of complexity there. We've got DIY Dino. You will be creating dinosaurs out of Post-it notes. And this is a game that explains the concept of definition of done and how important it is to have one. And then lastly, we've got 2 games that are very, very virtual. The Virtual Name Game, a game around context switching and multitasking and why it's bad for us. And lastly, the Virtual Alignment Game. This is a game, it's a newer one. I don't think it's been played at all at the arcade. And I don't think the Virtual Name Game has been played since last year. So a couple of ones that haven't been played for a while. The Virtual Alignment Game is all around a situation where you might have multiple teams working in conjunction towards the same goal, but perhaps they don't communicate very well together. So what I'd like to invite you guys to do is, using your mouse, if you select these little coins, you can drag them and choose the game you most want to play. To ensure that you can drag these coins around, make sure the blue cursor icon on the left-hand nav panel here is selected, or you can press V on your keyboard. That will help you do the same thing. You get 2 votes each, gang. 2 votes to choose the game you most want to play. Place your votes now. Spend your virtual coins. And also, if anyone has any questions about the games, just ask.
Chris, I don't have a question about the game, but I just wanted to share. I watched High Score on Netflix. Have you seen that documentary yet? It's a 6-parter.
I have not, no.
It's all about sort of the launch of video games and different genres and how they got created. It's fantastic. So
cool.
I highly recommend it.
I'll look out for that.
I thought of you the whole time.
Thanks for the tip. I'll look out for it. Thank you. It's on Netflix, you say? Cool. Good stuff. All right.
Can you bring the focus on the mirror board? I can't actually see the.
So we are here on the mirror board.
Yeah, I got it now.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Thank you.
We are here on the mirror board. So at the moment, it's looking like the virtual alignment game might be taking the lead with the My Morning Routine just behind.
How many do we have?
You get 2 coins each. Spend your pocket money, gang. It might be the My Morning Routine. It's now very close to being a tie. So, who's going to win?
I like that last time the Trial experimentation was far and away the winner, and it's scarred everyone so badly that no one wants it this time.
All right, I think we might have a tie. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. Oh, no, 10 there. Oh, yeah, virtual alignment game wins it ever so slightly.
By 1.
Okay, yeah, virtual alignment game it is. Okay. This is, as I said, a newer one. What I'm going to do is bring everyone's attention to where we are on the board, which is what you're going to see is this. You will have, essentially, there are 2 game spaces. So you can see a TV with little controllers connected to that TV. The games are going to be played in these spaces. But first things first, we want to introduce the games. So I'm going to bring everyone to this part. And the first thing we do whenever we play any of these games is we look to connect you to the content, the subject matter, why it's important. So what I'd like you guys to do, using the Post-it notes here, double-clicking on a Post-it note will allow you to type and interact with it. I'd love you to share what you understand about vision and team alignment, and also, so why it's important, why is having a clear vision important when working. And secondly, what challenges have you seen when perhaps teams or groups of teams lacked a clear sense of vision? So I'm going to give it about a couple of minutes for you guys to note down individually your thoughts on these Post-it notes, and then perhaps we'll have a quick discussion of them. And then from there, we're going to separate into teams and play this game. Annalisa, hi, by the way, and Candice, just seeing you guys have joined. Welcome.
Hello.
Miro loading, eh? Maybe try and refresh it, JP. So, why is vision important? So, to focus on what we're building. Direction for the agency. Is that, I'm guessing that means a third party, perhaps? Is that what we mean by agency? Setting context and alignment, yeah? Having focus because you've got a clear vision you're going after. It can help with conflict management. A clear picture of where we're going so everyone understands. It can inspire. Yeah, visions can absolutely inspire. It can focus you on the needs of the customer. Yeah. And what happens when we have a lack of vision? Well, we're spinning the wheels. We're not really getting anywhere. Poor delivery, chaos. I love that word, chaos. I like to describe often my role in Agile as an Agile coach is trying to bring order from chaos. The lack of being inspired, a lack of outcomes, silos, having no idea what we're doing, developing with no direction, being unmotivated, and a zombie team. Yeah, lots of perhaps negative things about having a lack of a clear vision. All right, it's game time, my friends. So in terms of a brief for this game, what we're going to be doing is dividing ourselves up into groups of 4, okay? Now, each individual team, whether your team Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, Luigi, Knuckles, or Blinky, you will have your own individual vision, but you'll be unaware of the vision of other teams. What's going to happen is once you're in your teams, you're going to be navigated away to a separate space where you get to practice doing what you need to do for your vision. And then you're all going to go to the main game space, and then you'll be trying to deliver to your vision. And after each round, you'll be playing in silence, by the way. After each round, we're going to reflect and observe and see what we've learned from it and see if we can move towards having a clearer vision, perhaps. So what I need you guys to do is organize yourselves into teams. So we have 16 people. So what we might need to do is do 3 teams of 5, perhaps, instead. So I'm going to add an extra post-it note on the end. What I need is some people in Team Pac-Man, people in Team Sonic, and people in Team Mario. We'll play with just Game Space 1. So we got Tim there in Team Sonic. If everyone could be adding their names to the teams here. Nadim's in Mario, Lucy's in Sonic.
Can you bring the focus in the front?
Yep, give me a second. We should be right here.
Yeah, great.
There we go. All right, so we need 4 more people in Mario. We need 2 more potential looks in Sonic and 3 more in Pac-Man. Dan, I think you'll have to join one of the teams, please.
Sure.
In fact, we've lost someone, so we might have a team of 4. Okay, Zahid, you are in Sonic. JP, which one have you gone into? Are you in Mario or Sonic? You kind of in the middle between the two. Are you playing both sides? Is that what you're doing? Are you hedging your bets? Okay, what I'm going to do, JP, is I'm just going to move you a little bit to the left so you're in Mario, just for the benefit of the game. All right. So what we've got is Sandra, Nadim, JP. I can't remember how to pronounce that name. I'm so sorry. Beautiful French name. And Sheena in Team Mario. We've got Lucy, Tim, Zahid, and Candice in Team Sonic. We have Jorge, Delphine, Aria, and Dan in Team Pac-Man. Now, guys, if you click your character's icons, there's a little arrow next to it, and that will take you to your individual area. Okay? Can I just ask you guys to do that and just let me know that you've landed on your individual area? And what I need you to do is just read your objective. You're going to have 2 minutes to practice what your objective is, but you can't speak it out loud because otherwise you'll give the game away. Let me know if you struggle finding access to your area.
So we can practice, you said?
Yeah, so what you're going to do is Team Mario, those guys, you're going to click the little arrow where you've got the Mario image on where we are. If you click that, it will navigate you away to a separate area where you'll have a clear brief that you'll be given. Team Sonic, you will do the same. You'll have a separate one and you'll have the ability to practice that brief as well. And Team Pac-Man, you guys will do the same. You're going to have 3 different briefs as 3 different teams. Once you've had 2 minutes just to practice and make sure you're happy using the Miro board, achieving that, I'm going to bring everyone to this main space here where you will all just chaotically try and achieve your goals in silence, independently of one another. We're going to have a few minutes of doing that and see if you guys can spot any trends, perhaps anything that might help you understand and try and bring yourselves towards alignment with your common goals. Okay? Any questions at all? If this doesn't work, what I can do is I can open breakout rooms and I can send you off to the breakout rooms and take you to the right place on the board to make sure everyone's there and explain your brief to you clearly there, and then we can come back to the main space. It depends on how easy people are finding it to navigate their way around the board. So could I get perhaps in the butter chat, or just wave at me if you guys are clear on what you're doing? Yeah, I'm seeing some thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. All good. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer for a couple of minutes, and then we can then go back to the main space and see what happens. Alexa, 2-minute timer.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Starting now.
That's quite loud, isn't it? Sorry. Yep, so I'm looking at Team Mario. They look like they've got it down. They've practiced theirs. Let's have a look at Team Sonic. How are they getting on? Yep, looks like Team Sonic are done. Lastly, Team Pac-Man. Yeah, all right, cool. You guys have practiced. It looks like you've got it down. So what I'm going to do now is, again, you're doing this in silence. That's something I need to be very clear on. It's all in silence. We are all going to be here. So, very emphasis on no talking. You can see on this whiteboard here, on our TV screen, where the consoles are plugged in, there's lots of chairs, there's a table, there's what looks like a bookshelf. Don't start yet. Right, I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes, and we're just going to see what happens. Remember, you are trying to fulfill the objective of your individual team. Any questions before we start?
Nope.
No? All right, I'm going to start a timer. Oh,
All the teams are on this TV.
everyone's on the same TV. If everyone can stop moving things a moment, just stop a sec. Everyone's on the same TV screen, so you're all working together. You're all working from the same space. So imagine you're all working on the same code base, so you're all working together in the same area. But the problem is you're all working to different objectives, and you don't know what each other's objectives are yet. And this is what can happen when there isn't a clear picture of vision. All right, so we're going to see what happens. Alexa, stop. Timer is going on the whiteboard now. You have 2 minutes. Go. Let the chaos ensue.
So annoying.
What's happening? It's getting a bit messy. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop it there. I think you've had enough. Right. What happened? What happened there?
They were just mad.
This has been
They were
mad.
just completely.
That's it mad. Right. I'm going to bring everyone to, let's just reflect a little bit. Round one. Over here. How did it feel playing that round? So again, on the post-it notes there, how does it feel playing that round? You're working in silence. I mean, it looked messy from my perspective. Didn't look enjoyable to be part of. I love that your Alexa responded to the command as well. Obviously, I'm enunciating well. All right, so it felt chaotic. It felt awful. Mayhem. No one knew what was happening. People stepping on each other's toes. Oh, I don't seem to have locked that section down. Hold on, let me correct that. All right, so it was messy. Okay, so did anyone identify or perhaps spot any things that other teams were doing?
Yeah, Dan was making the chairs upside down and moving them all over the place.
All right, so we had people moving things upside down. Anything else?
I think people were moving chairs on the table.
All right, so things were being put on the table. Anything else? Any
One
other?
person might have completed something. We were changing it, and it wasn't complete anymore.
So think about if this was software. You're just getting each other's way. Someone works on an area of the code and then breaks it for someone else, and yeah, code merges breaking other things because you just don't know what you're working towards. You don't have a shared goal. All right, what do you think you could try differently to be better in the next rounds?
Communication.
Yeah, communication maybe. Anything else? Slow down. Okay, yeah. I saw lots of people trying to grab the same thing, and then someone was undoing the work of another, and things like that.
Have a plan.
Okay, having a plan. Right, now, round 2. I'm afraid I'm not going to let you guys speak yet. I'm just feeling very vindictive today. But you guys have spotted... Oh, I thought did I mute myself then? Can you hear me still?
Yep.
Yeah. You guys have spotted perhaps a trend or a goal. So I might encourage you to think about how you might be able to achieve multiple goals together rather than working against each other. So back to the main space, round 2. Same again. Yeah, the chairs are all over the place. Let's move them around a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to tie this board up a little bit. But yes, you can have, again, let's see how it goes. 2 minutes or so. Let's see if you guys can do better this time round without getting each other's way. So I'll start a new timer.
You want to bring the focus up to me?
Yep, I'm going to bring everyone to the board again. You are here, gang. Oh, someone stole the table. What happens? Let's move it back for you. There we go. The table's back.
We were removing the impediment.
Clever. Like it. What if the table is a key part of the equation? All right, I'm going to stop you guys again there. Okay. Question. Get back onto the reflection section. How did that feel compared to the previous rounds? Again, we are here. Why was it?
People know the common objective now, because I think a couple of things. The chair is upside down and has to be on the table, so everybody is working towards that.
Okay. So I know you guys have got 2 things down. It sounds like you know there's 2 objectives there, but maybe there's one missing. And that missing part is the one that's causing all of the hassle. What I'm going to allow you guys to do in round 3 is talk for a starting point. But also, I am going to come in and give you some vision. I'm sure you're all so lucky. So from a vision perspective, you are trying to work together to achieve a common goal. Your goal is you want the chairs upside down on the table at the side of the room. So if someone moved the table, you can do that. You can move the table, make sure it's at the side of the room, and then you can achieve that goal by having them all upside down by doing it that way. So final round, you've got a clearer vision now. You're now working together to achieve that. And you're allowed to talk while doing so.
What was the third one, Chris? Chairs on the table upside down. What was the third one?
So yeah, you've got 3 objectives. Team Mario's objective, I think, was moving the chairs to the side of the room.
Yeah.
Team Sonic's objective was to turn the chairs upside down because they all started normal. And Team Pac-Man's objective was to put the chairs on the table. Now, if you combine those three things all together into one thing that doesn't step on each other's toes, if you turn the chairs upside down, put them on the table, and the table's at the side of the room, boom, you've got it. So, round 3, you have a clear vision now. I allow you to communicate. You've regained the power of speech, and let's see how it goes in comparison. Now, if I was being,
do we fill the tables far enough on the side of the room? Or do
yeah, you want to make sure it's nice on the side of the room.
All right.
So I can see it's just going. There's not much talking still, but that's okay. Plenty of people just moving things around.
That's right.
There you go. Pretty much done. Simple. Yep. Okay. So back to reflection then. How did that feel compared to the previous ones?
It's easier when everyone's following the same vision, actually.
Yeah, it's easier when you have alignment, when you understand what you're working towards.
It's faster.
It's faster. Potentially better time value because you're not getting in each other's way. You're not causing rework and inefficiency. You're not frustrating each other and slowing each other down and things like that. How often do we have a situation where you've got a piece of work that spans multiple teams and perhaps you're getting each other's way, or you don't all work together, or, you're all working to your own individual goals? I'm seeing nodding. Lots of companies these days are scaling Agile. You've got multi-team environments. We seldom have the benefit of just having a single team and a perfect clear vision we're working towards. So alignment.
The only clear vision we usually see is like an emergency or a panic. If it's an outage and you have to, then suddenly everybody knows what to do. But
yeah,
circumstances, everybody's kind of on their own.
But what happens in that situation often is the emergency happens, someone rallies the troops, and everyone gets in a war room, and then they've all got the clear picture. Everyone knows what they're working towards, and they're all working it together, and it's just a collaborative effort. But often, what happens at the moment is one team's working on their own backlog, and another team's working on their backlog, another team's working on their backlog. They've got their own goals. The amount of touch points between those teams sometimes limited. Sometimes you've got some scaling methods where you've got scrum of scrums and other approaches that companies use to try and bring that alignment together. But often that breaks down because we don't have the fast enough feedback loops and we don't have the clear vision. So again, very, very quick and simple game just to highlight what happens when you don't have a clear vision. And as with any of these games, we always look to wrap it up with a bit of a final conclusion. We've just been doing a little bit of it. But if I bring everyone to here, what challenges did you observe while playing this game? What examples of waste did you spot? And how could you ensure there's better vision alignment in future for those you work with? What practices can we follow to ensure there's a better alignment on vision? I love using silence in games like this just to highlight certain points. And one of my favorite things to do in particular is you ask a team what their strengths are. And often teams, we're great at communicating. And then it comes to a certain point in a retro and they're all silent and say, well, you guys just said you were great at communicating. I'm not seeing evidence of that at the moment. What's going on? And it can just highlight to them that they sometimes perhaps have strengths they think they have that aren't perhaps as strong as they could be. Yeah, so in terms of what challenges we observe, a lack of vision, lack of understanding, confusion, frustration. Waste, we saw duplication, we saw rework, work being undone, potentially. How can we ensure better vision alignment? Making the vision clear at the beginning. And in fact, I'd argue not necessarily at the beginning only, but starting at the beginning, fantastic, but then reintroducing that vision regularly, reminding people of that vision regularly, checking in with that vision regularly. How often does it happen where a team creates a vision, maybe a team charter or a definition of done and things like that, and they just create it and then they forget about it for several months and don't think about it again. In fact, you need to make these things clear, regularly expose them, transparent. This is what virtual information radios are great for. Make sure everyone understands the vision and knows it. So communicate, ask the question: Is everyone clear on what we're doing here? Give people the opportunity to challenge and say, "Actually, I'm not quite sure I am." Yeah, questions to ensure clarity. Explain the why. Good old Simon Sinek. Start with why. So important. Cool. All right. So that was a very quick and simple game around virtual alignment.